What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with probably my last college football video of the day, and that is my week 4 predictions. I'll be doing my picks against the spread tomorrow. 13-7 last week, not a good weekend for me. I picked a few upsets that I thought would happen that didn't, and then missed a few upsets as well. But anyway, here, let's actually, wrong page. Okay, so let's get to this week's predictions. 22 games on tap for me to predict, so let's jump right into it. So, Clemson versus Georgia Tech. This game is one where you got to put Clemson on upset alert. It's been one that's already been talked about quite a bit, though. Clemson 9.5 point favorites. I'm still going to pick them in this game. I think that this is where they really can start getting on a roll, though. It's really a big opportunity for both teams. Georgia Tech, after the rough season last year with big expectations, looking like they're rebounding pretty well so far this year. Again, big game to pay attention to. USC and Utah. I'm taking USC in this one to pull off the upset. Sam Darnold gets the start this week instead of Max Brown. And USC played very well against Utah last year. I think they'll do more of the same. Wisconsin and Michigan State, one of the biggest games of the weekend. I'm going to take Michigan State in this game. I think they're the better team by a little bit. Wisconsin's got a very tough defense, but so does Michigan State's got the better offense. Michigan State's also got traditionally a tough defense, but it's been hard to tell so far. Florida State and South Florida, again, another game that might have to put Florida State on upset alert for the second straight weekend, but I'm going to take Florida State in this one. Georgia and Ole Miss should be an entertaining game between two teams that are really fighting for a lot of respect right now. Georgia, after the rough last 2 weekends after getting a big win early against North Carolina, but I'm going to take Georgia in this game. Ole Miss is actually the favorite, but like I said, I think Georgia can pull out a big win this weekend. Colorado State and Minnesota. Colorado State, again, if they are trying to get into the Big 12, good chance to try to prove themselves against a Power 5 team, but I'm going to take Minnesota in this game. East Carolina and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech coming off a dominating victory against Boston College. East Carolina coming off a close loss to South Carolina. I'm going to take Virginia Tech in this game. Penn State and Michigan. Michigan, the 19-point favorites. I don't think they're going to win by... I actually think Penn State will beat the spread, but I don't know. Could be a tough one. We'll see what happens with my picks against the spread. But anyway, I'm going to take Michigan in this one. Oh, and yeah, I saw a couple people last week were like, oh, this is not cool. You should do picks against the spread only for predictions, and that's a separate video, just to let you all know ahead of time. Pitt and UNC. I actually picked Pitt last week. They did not beat Oklahoma State. I'm going to take Pitt again this week. I do think they'll be victorious against UNC. They are a very good team. Duke and Notre Dame. Both teams that have had disappointing seasons up to this point. Both teams are 1-2, but I'm going to take Notre Dame to get back to 500 in this game. Florida and Tennessee. One of the big games of the weekend. I'm going to be paying very close attention to that one. I'm going to take Tennessee in this one, mainly because of the Luke Del Rio injury. Byu and West Virginia. Big tryout for BYU for the Big 12 in this one. West Virginia, one of the lone undefeated Big 12 teams up to this point. I'm going to take West Virginia. Boise State and Oregon State. Boise State already victorious against one Pac-12 North team this year. I think they will get another victory in this one. I take them over Oregon State. LSU and Auburn. Should be a close one at least. Auburn coming off the loss to Texas A&M. LSU coming off the close victory to Mississippi State. I like what they got with Danny Etling now, with a quarterback that can actually find his receivers. So I'm going to take LSU in this one. Georgia Southern and Western Michigan. Between two Group of 5 opponents, should be one of the more entertaining games of the weekend. I'm going to take Georgia Southern in the upset. Oklahoma State and Baylor. Should be a very entertaining game with a lot of points. Baylor right now the 8-point favorites. I'm actually going to take Oklahoma State in this one. But Lord knows, man, this one's hard to figure out. Nebraska and Northwestern. Nebraska getting I believe their first Big Ten test. So should be an entertaining one. Northwestern hasn't looked great up to this point, but I'm going to take Nebraska. Louisville and Marshall. I'm going to take Louisville in a runaway victory. Stanford and UCLA. Two of the, best of the Pac-12 North against right now. Hard to tell who's the best of the Pac-12 South. UCLA, the top coming into the year. I'm going to take Stanford in this game. Again, should be one of the more entertaining games later in the night. Arkansas and Texas A&M. I think the best game in prime time. I'm going to take Texas A&M in this game. I think they're the better team. Arkansas has looked good up to this point. but it's hard to tell because TCU hasn't looked very good, and that's Arkansas's biggest win. California and Arizona State, two teams in the Pac-12 that have actually surprised up to this point. I'm going to actually take Cal in this one. Arizona State's the three or 3.5 point favorites, maybe even 4. But again, I'm going to take Cal. And then Washington, Arizona, the nightcap game. Out of all the big games, I'm going to take Washington. It is their first tough test. Should be an entertaining one to watch if you're a Washington fan, to see if your team can progress, if they're for real. But again, still going to take Washington. So that'll pretty much do it. Still today, we'll be coming back with my power rankings and NFL Week 3 predictions. But anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.